And shifting focus to the book that everyone is talking about, The Partition of India in 1947 has been an epic event. Was it more like a play of egos? Is it too easy to blame everything on individual leaders? And what implications does the 70-year rift still have on Indo-Pak relations? All that has been explored in Nisid Hajari's debut book, Midnight Furies, that delves into the theories of partition and its aftermath. Here's the full story.
At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
The partition of India in 1947 was a monumental event in history. Generations of struggle, bloodshed and violence left behind a traumatic legacy.
The demons of 1947 are still very alive and very dangerous today.
A new book by Nisid Hajari, Midnight Furies, The Deadly Legacy of India's Partition, takes a fresh look at how partition created not just a physical boundary, but also a psychological border between these two nations.
History of Pakistan's worldview, which begins in 1947, and in which India plays a role as the central and existential threat. And so anything that they can do to combat that threat, including supporting militant groups, makes sense. So what I wanted to do is explain this story for a new audience. Suddenly this topic, which may be very well known within the subcontinent, but is not well known outside, is of new relevance to people all across the world.
A series of intrigues, misunderstandings and miscalculations. His book reflects the rivalry that persists.
Today, the kind of rhetoric that both sides toss back and forth at each other is exactly the same as they were using in 1947. That many things have happened in that time, but the basic mindset, the basic rivalry between the two was set back then. And that rivalry today prompts Pakistan to do all sorts of things that are destabilizing, including tolerating militant groups, providing safe havens to the Taliban, building up a very fast-growing nuclear arsenal.
A tale of an epic event, Midnight Furies skillfully picks the history of hatred between India and Pakistan 70 years later and delves into theories unknown.
What people know is what they've learned in history books, what they've learned in school, what they hear about in the newspapers. What my book shows is that there was enough blame to go around. I mean, clearly in a trauma this huge, there's no way any one particular person or any one particular country could be wholly or even primarily to blame. Everyone made mistakes. I think it's important that we acknowledge that now, and it might make it easier to see the point of view of the other side.
Bureau Report, Times Now.